Hello. Howdy. Good afternoon. How are y'all doing? Thank you for that. Well, welcome to our open house for spring 2020. We're really excited to be here. Are you guys excited to be here? Yeah, okay, right on. Very cool. All right, so how many people have been to an ACM meeting before? Good, like a good amount of people. And those who have not? Even more. Okay, cool. So let's kind of like just go through what we typically go through in a general meeting, and we'll do some announcements. Can one of our officers help me out with this? Yes, our vice president, everybody. Thank you. Yeah, so ACM, go ahead and clap. ACM is essentially the computing organization here on campus. So it's a nationwide organization, but we have a UTSA chapter here. It's run by students, of course. And it's a really great opportunity for you to get personal connections with different professionals in industry and research, and of course to just network with other people that are interested in tech. So how do you get involved? You can pay dues. It's $20 per semester. It kind of evens out though because you get a free t-shirt out of it, so $20. You can pay online on our website at acmutsa.org/join, or you can give cash to Lauren Dill. She was right here. Where was she? Oh, she's ordering pizza, that's right. Lauren Dill, I'll show you her in a little bit later. Attend our meetings, of course, and our events. So we have lots of different meetings, excluding just this one. So we have our general meeting, which is what we're in right now. Different workshops that are a little bit more hands-on. They might be put on by a company or by one of our ACM officers. ACMW, which is our Women and Minorities chapter. Rowdy Hacks, which is our hackathon. Rowdy Creators, which is our newly established incubator. And ICPC, which is our programming competition. And then, of course, join our Slack and social media. So does everybody know what Slack is? Yeah. Does anybody not know what Slack is? Some people don't. Okay, cool. So Slack is used a lot in the industry, and it's what we use as a communication platform for ACM. So it's a great way to stay in touch if you want to see our announcements or be a part of our all-member chat. It's just the best place to be if you want to get any sort of communication from ACM. So if you'd like to be a part of that, you can pay your dues and you'll automatically get an email to join our Slack workspace, or you can just talk to one of the officers and we can get you hooked up. We have an Instagram, we have a Twitter, we have a YouTube, which is really cool because we're live streaming all of our general meetings. That way, in case you're not able to make this meeting for whatever reason, you can view it remotely at the time that it's actually taking place, or you can view it later. And then, of course, our Facebook as well. All right, and then we also have our loyalty program. So those of you that were with us last semester might remember that we had a loyalty program wherein if you come to meetings and you're just participating in things like that, you can get some cool prizes. So I'm gonna have some of our representatives come up and talk about that for this semester.
Okay, so our loyalty program last semester was a little bit different than how it is this semester. I think we had like 3 different tiers where you could get free stuff, but this semester, we're actually just going to do 1 tier. So basically, if you come to 20 of our events, that's like any ACM general meeting, any ACMW general meeting, any of our socials, or any of our major events like Rowdy Hacks or one of our volunteering events, that's 2 points. But basically, if you come to 20, at least 20, you don't have to pay dues the next semester. If you are a senior, you will get a stole instead. So do we have any seniors in here? I don't know. Oh, wow, we actually have quite a few. Okay, yeah. So for you guys, obviously, since you won't be here, you don't have to pay dues anyways, but we're looking into getting you guys stoles instead. But yeah, do you guys have any questions about that at all? Yeah.
How does that work with the live streaming of the interesting stuff? How does, so I say I can't make it to a meeting, I watch the live stream, would I still get points for that, or is that like a...
Right, so our sign-in, you could still sign in via the live stream. Yeah. Is there another question?
So what about like ICPC?
So ICPC and the Rowdy Creator meetings are not included in those. Yeah. But if you add up all of the meetings, like the ACMW general meetings, and like Rowdy Hacks, it's like 35 events or something like that. So it's definitely doable. Yeah. Any other questions? It's just really, really important that you sign into every event so that you do get your point if you want it. Yeah.
Can you do changes this semester to not pay dues next semester? Is that how it works?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. All right. Yeah.
Thank you. All right. So some upcoming events that we have. So Rowdy Creators Meetings. I know this is pretty new for everybody, so just a brief synopsis of what it is. It's our incubator wherein you're building a project over an extended period of time with a group. Really great resume builder. They're meeting on Fridays at 10 a.m. in SU 2.01.24, and that's the Mesquite Room, if you know it by that name. We have our first social this Friday. That's at 5 o'clock at Snopioca. Have some people been to Snopioca before? I see some people that were there with us last year, so that's good. But it should be pretty fun. It's going to be super low-key. We're just going to kind of like hang out pretty much. And then ICPC meetings. So again, this is our programming competition. They meet on Saturdays at 10 a.m. in the activity room. That's MPB 4.140. Leon, do you want to talk a little bit about ICPC while we're at it?
So ICPC is our collegiate programming, just like kind of club, and we basically go through a list of problems. So it's kind of like you're given an input and you're trying to get a certain output, but the input could be changing. And the point of this competition is really to formulate how you want to think about problems, especially, this is very useful, especially in technical interviews. Many companies rely on technical interviews alongside behavioral interviews as well, but they use technical interviews to just test your skills, and a good platform for this, for just learning and practicing this, is through ICPC. You'll be learning a lot of different data structures, algorithms. It's usually hosted by 2 professors. So it's Dr. Mark Robinson and Dr. Charette. They'll be in charge of the meetings themselves and will basically interactively go through the list of questions.
And one other note about that, if you are let's say maybe you're an underclassman and you're feeling like maybe I don't have the skills for this, that's totally fine. So you can still go to these meetings, you can participate. You don't have to compete if you don't want to. It's just a great outlet for you to be able to kind of learn a little bit more about data structures and algorithms. All right, and then some other upcoming we have. So the Rowdy Hacks application releases on Monday. That's at 12 p.m. That's on the Rowdy Hacks website, so rowdyhacks.org. Our next general meeting, we have a tech talk with Dr. Hina Rathor. She's a new professor here at UTSA in the CS department. She's going to be talking about security in IoT through bio-inspired approaches. So lots of stuff going on with that. I'm pretty excited to see what she has for us. But again, yeah, that's next Wednesday at 1 p.m. here in the Rotama. And then ACMW general meetings start next Thursday at 10:30 a.m. Do you have a location for that yet? It's going to be in Willow? Okay, so the next room over is Willow. So 10:30 there on Thursday, and it's going to be every other Thursday. All right, and we have a few opportunities. Jada, if you want to come up and talk about those.
Hey guys, we just wanted to have a page appear every week to show you the opportunities other than ACM that we have for you. So the first one we have here is the DoD Cyber Security Scholarship. So if you're into cyber and anything of the sort, just make sure to scan the QR code. It will link you to the website. We also have the Grace Hopper Scholarship, which if you don't know what Grace Hopper is pretty much about 25,000 women in tech, and we all meet in Orlando, Florida, and it's really awesome, inspiring opportunity. They have interviews, they have a big career fair, they have so many things going on and workshops. So I definitely would encourage you to sign up for that. The scholarship will pay for your ticket and the flight, and I think some food, stipend. And then on the bottom, we have a 2020 Provost Undergrad Research Fellowship. So if you're interested in checking that out, there's the QR code for that. All right. And then we also put up all the hackathons, the Texas hackathons up here. If you don't know what a hackathon is, we're going to explain it to you in a little bit later. But here are some of the options. On both February 15th, there is going to be TAMU Make, which I think is an engineering-focused hackathon, and there's also Hack UNT in Denton. And of course, there's our hackathon, which is, I hate to say it, the best hackathon here. Just hate to say it. It's here on campus. It's at the HB Ballroom, and it's March 28th and 29th. And There's also another hackathon, April 24th in Dallas, that's Earth Fit focused, like eco-focused hackathon.
All right. Well, let's kind of like get into the meat of our general meeting today. And so our topic is how to build your resume with ACM. So the importance of involvement. So sometimes we get questions about like, well, why can't I just like go to class and do well and, you know, make an impression with employers or researchers and things like that? Well, you know, getting good grades in classes is like part of the way there, but really what a lot of experience or like researchers and employers are looking for is experience and being involved in things. So actually showing that you're willing to do more than just the minimum or more than just your classwork. So the involvement is just kind of like going that extra mile. Being part of organizations like ACM can really help you out in that way. Because if somebody pulls your resume and they see that you're an ACM member or that you're a junior officer, an officer, or something like that, they're definitely going to look at that a little bit more closely because ACM is such a big organization and so well known. So some ways that you can increase your involvement with ACM. Number one, just maybe try to become an ACM officer. So if you can say that you work with ACM and you do some of the planning for our events and things like that, that's really going to go a long way with any of the employers that you might have a conversation with. Things like Rowdy Creators, that's a big one because that's a huge resume builder. Employers are always looking for people that have been working on projects for like a long term, and especially things that are like extracurricular, so not class projects. And then Rowdy Hacks, of course, hackathons tends to be like the number one thing that employers look for when they're looking at people in tech. They'll look at a hackathon and be like, okay, this person went out of their way to spend 24 hours crunching away on this project with a group of people just trying to get some sort of prototype together. So that sort of like workmanship really kind of speaks to a lot of employers. So we're going to go through those a little bit more in depth here, but let's just go ahead and get started with becoming an officer. And one of the best ways to become an officer is to become a junior officer. So I actually have two junior officers that are come talk to you guys right now, Janelle and Trey. Y'all coming up.
Hello, everyone. I'm Trey. This is Janelle. And first, I'm going to tell you what a junior officer is. Basically, to put it lightly, we're the interns of ACM, guys. Before you can become an officer, you have to actually be involved in these meetings and be productive and make a contribution. And becoming a junior officer is the first step to becoming an officer. I believe it's required to run for a position. You get that experience to kind of boost your case a bit. And now Janelle is going to talk about the responsibilities that comes with the position.
Yeah, so the responsibilities, they're given to you by whichever officer you choose to shadow after 3 weeks of coming to meetings. And so you can really diversify and pick what you like to do. So you could do like logistics stuff if you shadow the secretary, or finances if you shadow the treasurer. And so you really rely on them to give you some of their work so you can experience what they do.
Why does this matter? Why should we be junior officers? Well, first of all, we're not asking you because we're supposed to. We're asking you because we actually need the voices and opinions of all of you. You can be a catalyst for change in this organization. A year ago, Rowdy Hacks was a lot smaller. We had 180 people. We're looking to have about 400 people this coming semester. I believe ICPC, they just got their first corporate sponsor. Am I correct? Yeah. And we're going to have a lot more workshops, a lot more activities. The organization is always growing. And it's cool to be a part of that dynamic environment. And this is a chance for you to exercise your leadership and give your voice to this organization while acting as a liaison between the students of UTSA and the professionals that visit us at these meetings.
So the final question, how can this help my resume? Like Matt touched on earlier, it's not just about what you do in class, it's also about what you do outside of class. And so this is an opportunity to really get heavily involved and get some of that leadership experience under your belt, which will really help to put on different applications. And then you can also talk about your leadership experiences in interviews, and you'll get practice with communicating with others that way. So So yeah, that's it.
All right. So yeah, becoming a junior officer is a great first step. Kind of touched this a little bit. It's not required. However, almost every officer that's ever been elected was a junior officer before. It's really just great to kind of like get a little bit of foundation for what we're about, kind of like from the inside out before you start running for positions. And of course, we can show you the way pretty much. All right, so on that note, we're going to talk about our individual officers. So you guys have a little bit more understanding of like what it is that we do. And if anything speaks to you, maybe you can even kind of talk to one of these officers after the meeting, see if you might want to start up a dialogue with them. First up, me, I think y'all know what I do pretty much. Do I really need to go into it? Everything. A little bit of everything, yeah. I just talk to people and organize stuff like this. I'm going to move on. How about Ana Arroyo? So she's our vice president and director of Rowdy Hacks. Why don't you tell us?
Hey everyone. So as vice president, I kind of do something similar to what Matt does, but I handle a lot of maybe like more logistical things. So like I do schedule all of the meetings and look at everything with our events, including like management and just like our company and like here at UTSA to get like this space too. In addition to that, I also like to work with each officer individually and make sure that like, they're up to date with everything. And kind of just coordinate our team and sharing their ideas. While so that's vice president of ACM, and then I'm also the director of Rowdy Hacks, which is a hackathon, which I'll talk about in a little bit later. But for that, I help organize our annual hackathon, and it's like the largest one here in San Antonio. I want to go to that. That's a little bit of what I do. You know, we talk about secretary.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Jana Avon again, and I'm the secretary. So what I focus on is I do the sign-ins, I take notes of the meetings, I organize the scrum that we have, and the team goals. I coordinate the loyalty program, and I also maintain the membership spreadsheet. And since the secretary is also an executive officer position, I deal with like the Constitution and just helping out any other officers on the team.
Hello, my name is Lauren, and I am the treasurer for ACM and the subgroups. The main thing I do is keep track of the budget for the organization, all of our expenses and income. I collect the dues for the organization, and I also coordinate with the computer science department to order food for all of our meetings. And everyone loves pizza, so.
I'm Leon. I'm the public relations chair. I'm mainly involved with bringing in all of the people for our general meetings. And recently, I've been also trying to add in new meetings as well. So like last semester, I tried hosting like job workshop meetings right before the career fair to prepare you for the career fair, prepare you for like interviews as well. This semester, we wanted to try to do some more outreach to underclassmen, so that's one of the focuses I'm trying to do this semester, as well as bringing in even more companies in preparation for Rowdy Hacks. But basically, the basis of what I do is just organize who comes to our meetings and planning out our meetings.
Brian couldn't be here. He's actually in a class right now. Oof. So basically, any of like the paper or like digital marketing that you might see for ACM is coming through Brian. Either he's personally creating those things, or he has some junior officers working with him to collect assets and put together these things so that everybody is in the know about ACM. So you can clap for Brian, I guess, if you want. Same thing for DC. He couldn't be here today, but he's our membership chair, which is kind of like looking at general outreach to membership or potential prospective membership. So anything like the involvement fair, any tabling or anything like that, coming to speak in classes, that's his area. And Russell, do you want to go? We'll come back to ACMW in a second.
Okay. Hi, I'm Russell. I'm the projects chair. I'm essentially responsible for most of the self-published stuff ACM UTSA puts on. So workshops, presentations, this and that. So anything that's directly from us, I'm essentially either making directly and or on occasion presenting it. Sometimes I'll go out and find someone else and work with them and try to provide, sometimes like another professor or another student who maybe knows a lot on a topic and bring it back and provide it to you guys. I'm also the co-creator of Rowdy Creators, which probably will fall under responsibility in the future, but we will see because it's a brand new organization, which we will talk about in a little bit. But yeah, essentially it's the planning, creating, and managing of all our self-published stuff, and some learning of technology is included too. So it's really fun because you get to go out, learn into new technology, bring it back, and share it with all of you guys. So yeah, pretty fun. Nikki?
Hey guys, my name is Nikki. I'm VP of ACMW, and unfortunately, Anna and Jessica couldn't make it, so I'm here to tell you guys. So we do bring in speakers, host social events, and career development events. So, but everyone is welcome to our meetings. Anna and I usually organize all the meetings, promote and make flyers, and some other random stuff that needs to be done. And for Jessica, she just help us on the way. That's it.
All right. I am Chris DeLeon. None of those people. Somebody forgot to put a picture of me up there, but it's all right. You can see me right here. I am the technical officer. It's a new position, and I'm kind of in charge of anything technical that anybody else can't take care of that it might be out of scope for somebody. Help automate processes and streamline our use of tech. You guys, I don't know if you guys all saw me, but I'm back there doing the stream right now, using the microphone because we need to use the mic so everybody on the stream can hear us. Got to take care of things like that. But I don't know, everything technical. We were doing some manual like data entry for tracking all of our membership and people attending. I helped create an Excel sheet and some like really crazy formula to pull stuff from, to pull information from other Excel sheets and kind of like collate everything really nicely. And yeah, so I really would like a JO, junior officer, to help do that kind of stuff. It's kind of a jack of all trades position. If you're good with websites and Excel and coding and everything, this would be a really excellent spot for you to get some practice and get to use all your skills.
Yes. And like Chris said, this is a new position. It's actually not part of our constitution yet, but gauging by how much work he does, it's definitely going to be something that we're going to be offering come the next academic year. It's not that we don't love him, that we didn't put him on the pictures. We just didn't really think about that part. And then last but not least, we have Gene. He's our social chair. He's at work right now. He's the social chair and he has to work. That's so weird. Anyways, but he puts together any of the socials that we have. So anything that might have to do with like, did y'all go to like any of the Smash tournaments or anything last year? Or last semester? Yeah, like that sort of stuff. Snopioka, all sorts of things to kind of just increase engagement within our little community. So yeah, that's kind of his stuff. So give Gene a little round of applause. And all of that to say, the main reason that we want to share this information with you guys is because we really want you to be interested in becoming leadership within ACM. So elections are going to come up towards the end of this semester. So if you have any sort of aspiration to be in leadership or anything like that, please come up and talk to us, talk about our roles, ask questions, become a junior officer, and yeah, it'll be a really, really great year to look forward to. All right. And then, I guess last but not least, officer meetings. If you would like to come to an officer meeting and kind of like just check it out, see what we do during these planning meetings, please do that. It's every Monday at 3 p.m., 3 to 4 in the activity room, MPB 4.140. It's a good chance for you to just kind of see from the inside how we kind of like handle meetings and get prepared for every week and then all of our like long-term events. All right, and now let's move on from officers to Rowdy creators. So Russ is going to come up here and share some more information about this organization. So,
Thank you. Yep. So, no, over here, Mike. Okay, so obviously I'm Russell, you already know me. This is TK, he's one of our JOs, and he's the co-creator of Rowdy Creators with me. We have a little less time, so we're going to speed through this than we thought, so we're going to speed through this, but you all are going to be here on Friday, right? 10 o'clock, Mesquite Room, so you'll be able to hear the rest of what we had to say over there, so.
Yeah.
So you want to start?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I was a freshman, I found myself lacking a lot of the skills necessary for all these internship positions online. So I figured I'd go to a hackathon. That wasn't enough. So hackathons themselves end. There's a lot of projects that are going on in hackathons, they don't continue on after the event itself. Some projects don't even finish, you know? So in itself, I figured we should make a organization that in itself fosters long-term projects that are similar to hackathons.
Yeah. So my position on the matter is when I first joined ACM, we were doing like a lot of workshops, not a lot of workshops, a lot of tech talks, a lot of companies coming in, a lot of networking, but there was a distinct lack of a place for like kind of group coding, hands-on, get dirty with the technology and the code and this and that. So I wanted to facilitate a place where we could do that. We could get people together, put them in a group, work on a project, and set goals for them to do. So maybe short spurts, kind of like a hackathon, but also kind of like an incubator mix. So it's like a hackathon incubator mix, but it's basically a place where anybody can join, regardless of technology level. We'll find a place for you. We'll either teach you the skills necessary to bring you up to date on this project, or we can start a project from scratch. You can bring in your existing hackathon projects already if you want to continue developing them with a group or even by yourself, but it's mainly group orientation. But that's the main feel, I guess you could say, of Rowdy Creators that we wanted to go for. So we'll go through this really quick. It's a sub-organization of ACM. The main goal is to build projects primarily in groups with the idea of learning tech via and libraries and other technologies where you're hand-on. It's a great opportunity to network with your people, and we're planning on bringing in some guest speakers on occasion to talk about in hands-on specific workshops with specific technologies that individuals might need to complete their projects. But everybody can benefit at the same time. So great place to network with those people, and primarily it is a hands-on coding environment, not a theoretical. We're there, we're coding 2 hours every week. We have leads, we have developers. It's pretty great. We've been having a lot of fun in it so far. You want to do this one?
Sure. So in itself, the objective is to bring students together, bring ideas together. Everyone has their own background, everyone has their own experiences, and in itself, bouncing ideas off of each other results in that spark, that magic that is innovation. So and in itself, it's even possible that you might even like your project in itself, and you take it further, going beyond just Rowdy Creators, In itself, you're also bringing together people, and you're meeting people, creating friends along the way, and you really never know what can happen from that, come down the line. You might have built a project in Rowdy Creators with someone, and 2 years later, they work at Google. They might reference you for a position, things like that. And in itself, there's no experience required. The objective is itself to come and learn. So yeah. Didn't go.
Oh, I guess we skipped it. Oh, I didn't update. All right, well, we wanted to put the idea of new technologies as well, that idea that we're going to have, we'll do that. We're going to have professors and possibly other industry leads come in that we have contacts with to come and talk and do mostly actual workshops, more hand-on experience, but it's a great place to network with those people, network with your peers around you, connect with them. You'll get plenty of people that can either help you or you can reference or this and that in the future. And then primarily you want to talk about like your future goals. Yeah. It's not in there, didn't update.
Oh, okay, that's fine. So as of now, we actually have 2 projects going on. The first one is a video game in Unity, and the second one is actually partnered with another organization on campus called RAS. So we're building a security camera using facial recognition, or AI. So some of the long-term things in itself, we are interested in expanding and reaching out to other organizations to build projects together. That in itself fosters the ideas, bouncing off each other, and you never really know what will happen.
Yeah, and the other main goal, and you have a lot of this on Friday because we're going to do a presentation, we're going to get quick and dirty into it, is that's one goal of the campus is to kind of like help facilitate the intercommunication between all the organizations on campus, not just the CS department, but the COE, which is what the... Oh yeah, we want to do, well, you can talk about that, technology hub on campus for basically, all the intercommunication for, what do you call it? Anyone.
For anyone
It's your
interested
idea.
in tech at all.
Yeah, and I want to try to develop into becoming the de facto place on campus to, like, if oh, I need this technology, this piece of programming to facilitate all this data. Maybe it's something for the linguistics department, which, something like that. They would come to us and be like, hey, we need this opportunity for you guys to make it. It's the de facto place for projects to be made on campus for like small term this, professors, other students can come and we'll
Or
make
even
it for them.
industry.
Or even industry, but that's the
In
further
the
goal.
works.
But yeah, so we don't have the slide up in here because I guess it didn't update, but it's in the student union, the Mesquite room, which is kind of, if you snake over there on the second floor, it's one of the two buildings. It's close to the HEB ballroom, but it's the second floor up from that. It's going to be Fridays, 10 to 12, pretty much every day. So if you're coming this Friday, you're going to hear a little bit more about all their goals and plans for the future, and hopefully, if there's of time, get people started on project, get the ideas flowing, this, that, and the other, bring your laptops.
Get hands-on.
Yeah, we're planning on going basically on Friday. So I'm going to hand it off to, who's next, Matt? Anna, there we go, Rowdy Hacks.
Hey everyone, so I'm going to talk about Rowdy Hacks and also the importance of attending hackathons, not just Rowdy Hacks, but other ones in our region, and why it's important for you as an individual in your career and also for your resume and professional development. Is this better? Okay. Okay, so just a raise of hands, who's been to a hackathon? Wow, okay, a lot of y'all. In like one word, just shout out what you think of a hackathon. Code, free, tired, crying, coffee. Okay, I'm expecting like fun, like prizes. Okay, food, free food. Oh, free food. Okay, cool. Anything else? Friendship. Friendship, magic, professional development. On-site interviews. Okay, so these are a few things that come to our minds, I guess, when we think of hackathons. So if you don't know what a hackathon is, I put this image up there because I actually love this definition. A hackathon is not really related to any kind of anything like criminal. I know if you're not really a technical person, it might come off that way, but it's nothing like illegal. It's more of you're hacking in terms of innovating. So you can think of a hackathon as a weekend-long innovation where you're creating projects with a team. And the whole goal is by the end of the weekend or the end of the 24-hour cycle is to have a demo for your working product. So why should you go to hackathons? So I don't know if the pizza is here, but I'm basically just going to keep talking until the pizza arrives. So it's really, really good for your resume, especially because it shows that, one, you can work in a team. You built a project over 24 hours, which is pretty impressive if you get to finish it and demo it at the end. Also, if you end up getting one of the prizes, if you win first, second, or third, or even just a best of prize, that shows a lot in your resume and it looks really good. So hackathons, oh, come back. Okay, there you go. Hackathons are usually always free if they're collegiate. So they're absolutely 100% free to attend. We provide food, drinks, coffee, not crying. I don't know who said that, but we pretty much provide you everything that you need. All you need to bring is just anything technical that you want to use, so your laptop and stuff. The reason why it's all free is because we work for 9 months to get sponsors for our hackathons. So a lot of them are industry sponsors. So for this year, Rowdy Hacks, we have companies like Google, Facebook, iHeartMedia, Frostbank, a lot of companies in the area, but maybe even some you will know just because of their prestige. So when you're at this event, these companies might even have certain side challenges. So in addition to the general competition, they'll have their own challenge that they'll put out there that you can base your project around, and you could end up winning one of their prizes as well. I know some companies, if you win their competition or their certain category, they'll give you like an accelerated interview process, or even land an internship. I don't know. You also get real world experience. So you're using real technologies, and you're building based upon solving real world problems. So if you have this idea, this crazy idea, I don't know, this is your opportunity to kind of make it a reality. It's also really fun. Even though it sounds kind of hectic, like you're coding and trying to self-teach yourself like new technologies for this entire weekend, it's really, really fun. We have like a lot of different side events, as well as like things that will make you want to stay there and motivated. And you also make really a lot of new friends. I've made some friends over the past few years at hackathons that I still keep in touch with. And it's really fun, because anyone can attend hackathons, so you get people from all over Texas, maybe even out of the state. I know a lot of the bigger schools that put on hackathons have people from even out of the country. So it's a good place to meet people. This is just an example of like successful hackathon projects. Y'all all know of GroupMe. That was actually made at a hackathon, and then a few years later, Microsoft bought it for $85 million. Cosmos Browser, also a really good one, and so is Workflow. That was a game made at another hackathon, I think University of Michigan. But it's been on like the top rated games on like the Apple Store for a really long time. So just to give you an idea of like the kinds of things that happen at hackathons and what they could be. So if you're wondering what a hackathon looks like, it pretty much looks like that. You're just gonna see a bunch of people like hacking or coding away on their projects, because since you do only really have about 24 hours, you're really trying to get the most done. So yeah, it kind of looks like that. So now I'm going to talk about Rowdy Hacks, which is the hackathon that our ACM chapter puts on every spring. So this year it's going to be March 28th and 29th, and it'll be here on the UTSA campus. Did anyone attend last year's Rowdy Hacks? Sweet. Well, I hope you guys come back. So there might be some extra credit opportunities. So our team is in the process of talking to a lot of the CS and engineering professors here at UTSA to get you guys extra credit if you can attend Rowdy Hacks, because it is a weekend long and you lose a lot of sleep, and it really shows that you did a lot, especially if it applies to your course that you're in. So more info on that, but our applications do open this upcoming Monday at 12 on our website, so please apply early. It's just really exciting, and it's going to be really great this year, so you'll definitely want to go. You can also follow all of our social media. We have it there. Also, could everyone on the Rowdy Hacks team stand up for me? If you have any questions at all about Rowdy Hacks or hackathons in general, we all can answer questions about that, so. We love Joseph, for all the streamers out there. Okay. Any questions about hackathons, Rowdy Hacks, anything that was presented earlier? Nope. Okay, if you are here, oh, sorry, go ahead. Yeah. So, oh yeah, so he asked, like, is this an idea that you make when you're at the actual event, or is it something that you've had planned prior? So if it's just the basis of the idea, you could have had this idea for like a year, but you can't actually start developing it and making it until the actual event. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Ah. Right, right. I see what you mean. Yeah, but essentially, like, the rule is that, you have an idea and you can download software and do everything to prepare, but the actual developing shouldn't start until the actual event. Yeah. If you need a picture with me or Matt for extra credit, we'll be chilling here. Is any other questions? Yeah. No coding experience is required at all. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So it's teams of 4 for Rowdy Hacks specifically. Yep. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Lana. So, yeah, pizza's here. One thing I'll ask you guys is if you're gonna eat pizza, just go to that room and then like outside the Rotama, we're not supposed to have food in here. Other than that, if you just want to hang out and kind of like do like a meet and greet sort of thing, come talk to us. Please come talk to us. That'd be super great. Otherwise, we'll see you next week. I thought you just wanted to come say hi. Okay.
I mean, yeah, hi, Matt.